Oh, mm, mm, mm. What going on? What going on? What going on? How y'all good people doing on this Good Friday? You know what I'm saying? I was debating whether or not to go live because I did get a phone call from my daughter earlier today. Um, she was at the hospital. She may or may not. She what she told me before I came up here that she's in what she say active labor, so she can have her baby at any given time. But she said she was at the house. She could have stayed at the hospital, been sat in the bed, or she could have went home and moved around a little bit before going back in. So she went home. She's at her house right now, chilling, whatever the case may be. So since she said she was good, I just told her to keep me updated about what's going on with her. So here I am. So how y'all doing on this Friday? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Big Dog Barking. And yeah, as y'all in the building, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Likes I appreciate it. Still trying to get that 1,300 by the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You know what I'm saying? And share. You know what I'm saying? Share this out. Let everybody know. Tell somebody. Tell somebody. You know what it is. I achieved one of my goals, as I told y'all yesterday, is that I did finish the book before my. Well, I finished the rough draft before the October 1st deadline that I set upon myself. So I did do that. And yeah, I'm still trying to get monetized, still trying to get them watch hours up. I know I've been slacking. But like I said, I had to go and get the book out the way. Um, Speaking of which, what I realized over my 46 years of living is this right here. Multitasking ain't nothing but procrastination. So for me to sit there and say I got a goal of getting 1,300 subscribers by the end of the year, getting monetized by the end of the year, and taking on a project of writing a book. What going on? What going on? What going on? So trying to get 1,300 subscribers by the end of the year, trying to get monetized by the end of the year, and trying to write a book by October 1st. There were two different things. And multitasking is procrastination. What's going on? So I was like, which one do I really want to focus on more? Do I want to go and try to focus on the monetization, get the 1,300 subscribers, or do I want to go and finish the book? So I made the decision, like, you know what, I'm going to bag off of YouTube. I produce some shorts here and there, you know what I'm saying, so I can stay active, jump in some folk chats here and there to stay active. But the whole time, I sat back and wrote the book, finished the book, started playing granddad a little bit to my grandson, you know what I'm saying, and wrote the book. And now I ain't got to put that much onto my daughter's child, my granddaughter, because they're in North Carolina. So I get to see her when I get to see her. But with my grandson, he right here in Memphis with me. Like he literally around the corner from where I stay at. His mother, my grandson's mother, is literally like 10 minutes away from my house. So I have more dealings with my grandson than my granddaughter. Not because it's favoritism, nothing like that. It's just that my grandson is literally around the corner from me, and my granddaughter is in a whole nother state. But you know, I'm there for both my kids and their children, so it is what it is. So now, like I said, I finished the book, and yeah, I'm back. Now I did say I finna start working on the app. I did have plans. Like it's gonna be a day nap, and the day nap is called Swipe Vesta, and it's for men in their mid 40s to their mid 20, like 25 to 45. You know what I'm saying? To help men invest, like get women and match up with women like an investor, like Warren Buffett. You feel what I'm saying? The whole thing is a work in progress. My son helped me out along the way. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a dating app. It's gonna be a free dating app. It's not gonna be on the app store. It's not gonna be on none of that. It's gonna have to literally go to the website and download the junk. Then once you download it, then you'll be able to use it on your phone. But you're gonna have to go to the website when it get done. You know what I'm saying? So it's still in progress. I ain't started yet, but it's gonna be up and it's gonna be like what I say. Since I'm through with the book, I said October 1st was the deadline for me to finish the rough draft of the book. I'm ahead of schedule by a month. So I'm gonna say October 1st is when I'm gonna start working on the app. And I think maybe March, April 2026, it might be out for beta testing. Might be sooner, might be a little bit later, but I'm looking at a April deadline. April launch. April 1st, 2026 launch. Might change, might go forward, might go back some. I don't know yet, depending on how the whole process go of me building the junk. But April 1st is the launch date for the dating app. It's called Swipe Vester. And it's really geared for men to help men find the one. You know what I'm saying? For the past 6 years, I've been sitting back, I've been listening, I've been doing content for like a little bit over 2 years and all that right there. And I heard all the complaints, and it's either that you really have these complaints or you really just talking shit. Which one is it? I don't know. I just do my thing. I listen. So I came up with the idea to try to help guys. If this really your problem trying to find the one, we're gonna help you out over here to find the right one. It's gonna help you out if you're looking for short term, long term, looking for marriage. It's a whole lot of the theme is, like I said, stockbroker, financial analyst type of theme, to where you literally have to think like a investor. You literally have to move like an investor. And if you, for those that don't know, that done heard me talk about this, that done seen some of my last live before my grandson was born and all that right there, I found something in my pages on my MacBook that I had wrote some years ago comparing women to stocks, and I took that and I created the book, The Women Index, off these notes I took by comparing women to stocks. And I think it's pretty good, you know what I'm saying? It combines that with financial literacy. Like, a lot of people want to know about financial literacy, how to invest in the market and shit like that. So one thing I do know is people, you'll gamble, you'll go to the casino, you'll play the lottery, you'll do scratch offs, you bet on the horses and all that right there, bet on the dogs, go to the gambling house or whatever the case may be. You'll do all that, you'll gamble. But when it comes down to literally investing in the stock market, you kind of shaky. And I will admit is that, investing in the stock market is it's a gamble just like going to the casino. But the thing about the stock market is it's a strategy more than me just playing blackjack, or me rolling dice, or me putting all my money on black at the roulette table. You know what I'm saying? It's more than me just putting a dollar in the slot machine and pressing the button. You feel what I'm saying? It takes a little bit of strategy. And what I realize is a lot of people don't like to use strategy. They don't like to think. They like to react. They like something simple, not complicated. Just put it in my face and let me press a button, and all that type of shit right there. Let me swipe. Let me hit a button. Or that, like it takes strategy to be a real investor. And you know what I'm saying, depending on if you want to try to get short term returns or long term returns too. If you like me, when it comes down to the markets, I'm conservative. I'm long thinking. I'm not short thinking. I'm not trying to hurry up and get a quick return on investment. I invest and look for the next 3, 5, 10 years down the line. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for something in the next 3 hours. No, 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 no. And I think that will be the problem with a lot of men with women is that, you know, you want something quick, fast, and in a hurry. You ain't got time to wait for the right woman to come along. You want the right woman to come now. So I ain't gonna be up here too long. I'm gonna give y'all about an hour of my time. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, everybody coming in the chat? You know what I'm saying? Chat, like, share, subscribe. You know the routine. So I ain't gonna be up here too long. I want to watch Rick and Morty, catch up on Rick and Morty. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I think 2K come out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure my son gonna buy that junk, and I'm gonna be up with him all night playing 2K whenever he buy that junk. But yeah, I'm gonna catch up on Rick and Morty. I just got through watching my guy Easy Bands and Nightish. You know what I'm saying? Salute to them guys. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, I think a lot of guys don't understand the market mind. They don't have a market mindset. They don't have that investor mindset. As y'all can see by the title, is men must master a market mindset. So the dating market right now has always been the market it is now. There's never been a change in the dating market. It always been transactional. It always had a price. The box, the punani, the affection, the love of a woman always had a price tag attached to that. I don't care what name guys say. They can sit there and talk about some social constructs and whatever the case may be, but at the same time, you can go way back to whenever where you would trade cows for the daughter of a farmer down the road. You would trade gold for this princess in this other empire. You would trade off stuff that was valuable to somebody else. You would trade off stuff that had value to somebody else to get their daughter. That's always been the case. Even if you want to go back to the color purple, when Mister ran up on old boy when he had Celie and his other daughter, he wanted the cute one, and he was like, "No, I'm gonna give you Celie. What you gonna give me in return?" So we always had a transactional system when it came down to relationships. One of the things that I used to do with my mother when I was a little boy, she used to love watching black and white movies. And even in them black and white movies, mostly white women, they had plenty of dudes chasing up behind them, vying for their attention. Literally knowing that their chick had another guy trying to be with her. This was in movies, Hollywood. And that's how it's always been in real life. Is that if she's worth anything, more than one dude gonna try to go after her. And they willing to give up whatever to get her. So we always been in a transactional state of mind when it came down to relationships. It's just that inflation made the price of the relationship a little bit higher, just like the price of gas and just like the price of eggs, the price of bread, the price of chicken. Inflation is a bitch. So either you want the eggs or you don't want the eggs. But if you want the eggs, you're gonna have to pay this price. Like in my local Kroger, my Kroger that's around the corner from me, it's a dozen eggs cost about what? I think $7. No, that was at one of the mom and pop stores my wife went to a couple days ago to go get a dozen eggs. It was $7. You know what I'm saying? So inflation made the price of everything go up over years, including the price of a relationship with a woman, whether it's recreational or whether it's long term. The price done jumped. The price of goods done jumped. And for some reason, a lot of men want to be stuck back in the 50s where my money, my 40-hour, 80-hour a week, 80-hour check was enough to take care of this woman and buy the groceries and pay the car note and pay the mortgage and buy and pay for gas and keep the lights on and take her to a dinner and feed the kids. Yeah, that was then. That was then in the 40s and the 50s where one check could do everything. Now you need several streams of income just to maintain a decent lifestyle, a decent way of living without sacrificing your bills and able to have a little bit of fun. And that's just by you being by yourself as a man. That has nothing to do with a woman. That's just you being by yourself. Whether you a minimalist or you gotta have an extravagant lifestyle, you gotta have some money, period. You gotta have some money, period. You gotta have a car. You wanna take Ubers. My son take Ubers almost every day when he go to work. And I hear him complain, Dad, I spend so much going to work and spend so much coming home. He spend about $30, $40 a day on Ubers when my wife ain't able to take him to work. When I ain't able to take him to work, he's spending about $40 a day on Ubers. Ubers. Just went to where we just go to? Just went to Jason Deli a couple of days ago. Got 3 salads, a kid's pizza, and 2 drinks, and that was damn near $55. I don't know how much she spent at Wingstop last night. I was at the house sleep. She went to go pick my son up from work, and I was at the house sleep. They come back with Wingstop. I don't know how much she spent at Wingstop. She high. Everything high. Everything is high. And like I said, I can remember my mama telling me when I was a young boy how a dollar was stretched so far for her. And I'm looking at a dollar and it wasn't stretched that far for me. And then I look at my son and my daughter, a dollar don't do shit for them. So I can imagine what my grandson and granddaughter got to go through with a dollar. They ain't going to be able to get shit. Price of goods and rose. Shit high. Shit high. So along with the price of goods, your everyday essentials, your everyday necessities, with all that rising in price, the price of a relationship rose too. The price of a relationship done rose too, men. You're not finna get the whole kit and caboodle for little or nothing no more. And I'm not riding with the women. I'm not a feminist or nothing like that. I'm like, for those that know me, my daddy was a pimp. My daddy was a pimp. So it ain't that I'm riding with women and saying, oh, God, my daddy was a pimp. I understand the market. It always been a seller's market. Whether you trying to get a wife or whether you trying to get a piece of pussy, it always been a seller's market. The price just rose on both ends. That's something I know. I was in a Business Professionals of America in high school. I understand business, economics, marketing. I understand all that type of shit. My daughter graduated last year with a degree in business. My son is finna start class next week in business. My wife, she's in sales. This household is built off business. We understand how business work. We understand sales. We understand marketing. We understand everything that has to do with business. So when I say the things I'm saying about relationship, it's strictly business, nothing personal. Nothing personal. So the one thing I'm gonna tell the men is this right here. Your masculinity is your capital. Your masculinity is your resources. Your money, your energy, your attention, your time, your discipline. That's your resources. Women just don't want your money. They want all of that in some shape, form, or fashion. What's that? 5 different things I just named. In some shape, form, or fashion, it ain't 20% across the board for each one of them. Oh, they might want more money than they want time. They might want more energy than they want attention. They might want you to be more disciplined than have money. It all depends on the women you're dating, the women you're going after, the women you want in your life. What age you are as a man when you start really wanting to deal with women. I started dealing with women when I was 12. I jumped the gun early. I started understanding the market when I was in middle school. I understood that women like to hear certain things. They like to feel certain ways. My words was killing them. I didn't start really spending money on no females until I got out of high school. My mama might spend some money on a date for me, but I ain't start spending money on a date till I got out of high school. I understood the market. I understood when I was in high school, when I wasn't supposed to be inside these adult clubs, I was getting inside these adult clubs because I looked like a grown ass nigga when I was 15, 16 years old, and I understood that $50 could have got me 3 minutes or 3 songs or whenever I busted the nuts. 3 songs maximum. That was about it. I understood that women like money. I understood women like time. I understood women like attention. I understood all that in high school, in middle school. I just knew how to master the market by the time I got in my 20s. By the time I got married, I was already out my chaotic phase. I was already tired of getting pussy. It was too easy for me then because I already knew what women wanted. I already knew what women wanted. They wanted the resources. They wanted me to break my code for them. I did. I went against certain things for them because I liked them. I gave up money when I got, to a certain, when I was working and shit. I started going on dates, started spending a little money here and there. I was cool with that. Little time, little energy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me kicking it with my niggas all the time and going to the studio, I go spend time with a female. Attention. I understood that. But by the time I got to my wife, I got out that phase of all I wanted was pussy. I got out that phase. Because it was getting too easy. It was too easy. I couldn't miss. Because all I wanted was what's between the female legs. I couldn't miss. Because I knew what I wanted. I didn't care too much for the love and the affection and let's grow together. And I wasn't on that type of time, and I just wanted to smash. And I was getting with women that was cool with me smashing. And I was in relationships with them, but I was in relationship with them, and they were like, I know you got other females. Yeah. My wife would tell Linda about it before me and her started talking. He had plenty of females in his face. She'll tell Linda about it. I didn't want to be one of men. I wanted to be his only one. Because trust and believe, when me and her got together, it didn't take long for me to smash. It didn't take long for me to get between my wife's legs when me and her started talking. She was already attracted to me. She was like, oh, no, I don't want to be on one of his roster. I want to be the only one. My behavior was the reason why I didn't get her as fast as I wanted to get her. Because I was chaotic. I was with the shit. I was playing the market for what I wanted out the market. Just some box, little head. That's how I played the market in my 20s. I got married in 2005. I was, what, 25, finna be 26. I got married at 25. I turned 26 later that year. By the age of 24, when I got with my wife and started dating my wife, I already mastered the market. I already knew what I wanted. And I got tired of it because it was too easy. My wife was the next challenge because she was something different. She was somebody I could grow with. And I grew. I've been with that lady 2 decades, 2 kids. We growing old together. You feel what I'm saying? But they want your resources, men. And you're going to give it to them. I don't care how much you say you not buying no pussy. I don't give a fuck. Like, I ain't spending no time with her. I ain't giving that whole. Whatever the case you gonna say, whatever you gonna tell me to try to make it sound good, like you play a player from the Himalayas, like you don't do no sipping, you don't do no tricking, you stoic. You're gonna spend your resources. Oh, guaranteed. You're gonna spend your resources. For some, it's the money. For some, it's the time. Shout out to Jay-Z. For the power of the PUSSY, you either gonna spend that money or you gonna spend that time. And you gonna lie to me and say you ain't spent a dime. Don't lie to me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Don't lie to me. I know you're gonna spend it. I know you're gonna spend it. I hear guys for the past 6 years, I hear the guy, the average guys like me. I'm an average guy. I'm not no rich dude. I'm not a 6-figure guy. I'm an average dude. And I hear these average guys talking about, oh, dating is a waste of time. Getting married is a waste of time. Yeah. I'm like, bro, but you still want women. You ain't got too many options if you're going to stay out with women. What, you going to be by yourself? Well, according to stats, being by yourself is not a good thing for men because we have the highest self-deletion rates. So you really don't want to be by yourself, even though you'll sit there and say, I'll be by myself. Okay, cool. Go ahead. I ain't saying you can't do it, but at the same time, y'all like numbers, y'all like stats. I do too. And the stats say that a man being by himself, especially around November, December, January, February holidays, yeah. I'm not wishing nothing on you, but again, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, February, Valentine's Day, yeah. And you want to be by yourself around that time? Okay, go ahead. Go right ahead. I don't want to see you in the obituaries. But if you want to be by yourself around the holidays, go ahead. You might be stronger than what you say you is. I don't know, but we'll see. Or don't mess with them. Go your own big town. Go your own way. Say yourself black man. All them terms and all that right there. All right, cool. You off women. What, you gonna be in the monastery? You finna be a monk? Half of y'all don't even believe in the religion you say you follow. Half of y'all don't even believe in the religion you say you follow. So I know you're not gonna be a monk. I know you ain't finna have a vow of celibacy, a vow of silence. You not finna do that. You like running your mouth too much. You like flash. You like showing off. So you're not gonna be in the monastery. Okay. You want to be in the LGBTQ community. You are women. That community always accepting applications. Some of y'all already playing on that team anyway. You just don't want to tell the female that shit. You like playing catcher a little bit more than you need to play catcher. I'm just saying. But you're square up and now you A-Rod or Aaron Judge, you slanging that iron, but you really a power bottom. Whole nother topic for a whole nother day. So stay off of them. If I was single, I'd be eating right now. If y'all off of, I'm eating. Or the guys that still going through that childhood trauma of watching the girl they liked in the classroom jump in the old school lack of the dope boy that was out of school 3-4 years before them, running off with the girl they like, and you never got over that. So now you go get your money, however you get your money, legal or illegal, and now you want to go spend your money on college girls because you couldn't get the girl you wanted in high school. So now you done got your bread up, and now you finna go after 21, 18, 21, 25-year-old girls, throw a couple dollars at them, smash, and gone on about your business. High power trigger. Call it what you want to call it. Some of them say, oh, it ain't trigger. Men with money don't call it trigger. You say what you want to say to make yourself feel good. I'm going to say, bruh, I went through the same thing. It was girls in my high school that I had feelings for, and they were messing with them dope boys, messing with older guys and shit like that. And I just watched them walk out the door and hop in this nigga car. You know what I did? I'm in ninth grade. I see a girl in ninth grade I like. She don't like me. She messing with a junior or senior. Okay, cool. Guess what I did? I go get a grade. I'm in 10th grade. I see a girl in 10th grade I like. She don't fuck with me, whatever the case may be. I go get a ninth grader. You could have been solved that problem if you would have had the mentality to go after what you really wanted. And at that time, at 15, 16 years old, what? Yeah, I'm on the pussy. Y'all want to be in love. Oh, I can treat you so much better. I do this for you. I help you with your homework. When I was in high school, been over. Y'all want to be in love. I did. And I was in relationships, and it was majority smashing in high school. Not only my girlfriend, but at the strip club. Y'all want to be in love. Y'all want to be loved on cause a thing, Nick Cannon. Or Revenge of the Nerds or something like that. You want to be the dude that's overlooked, the nerd or whatever the case may be, and you in love with the cheerleader and shit like that, and she overlooked you for the cool dude, the captain of the football team and all that type of shit, and that childhood trauma of yours, you never got rid of it, and now you grown as fuck, and you want to spend all your money on my daughter. I can take care of your daughter. Nigga, I put a hole in your head, bruh. You not trying to take care of my daughter. You trying to see what my daughter good it look like, taste like. And you want me to believe that you trying to take care of my daughter. She good. She good. Oh, I forgot. I'm the reason my daughter act the way she act too, even though she got her college degree. Finna get married and finna get ready to have a little girl. Yeah. Gotcha. I understand. I understand fully. Like, I don't talk a lot. Y'all don't see me on a lot of panels. I don't say much when I'm on panels. I don't do a lot of cap typing and chats and all that right there. I just keep it 100 because I listen more than I talk. I'm a very good listener. I'm able to break down the problems. I'm able to break down these self-proclaimed gurus and these niggas with all these issues and shit. I'm like, you're just bad at investing. You're bad at investing. You have bad strategies. You really don't want the shit you say you want. It just sound good to a motherfucker that don't know no better. Gotcha. I've been running game for a long time too. Sales. I've been in sales for a very long time. That ain't number running game. I done told y'all that before. I've been in sales a long motherfucking time. I've been able to make motherfuckers feel some type of way and hit them with logic for a long motherfucking time. That's game. It's sales. That you'll learn that if you really was in business, you would have been learned it a long time ago. That's what game is. It's sales. So again, your masculinity is your capital, and you niggas be spending your capital wrong because you say you want good, wholesome, quality women, and then to turn around and say they don't exist. That's a lie. Sorry to tell y'all, that's a lie. Good quality women do exist. So you want good quality women, and they have to look like what? Whatever your favorite crush is right now. She gotta be at least 18 to 25, maybe 28. She got somewhere between 18 and 28 that stay on social media all day. That's your target woman. And you want that woman to be wifey material when she's fresh out of high school, fresh out of college, and still want to party. Ain't lived none of her life, and you say her want to live life is totally wrong. I'm like, if she find a good dude in her 20s and try to make it work, it is what it is. But in your 20s, and I would tell any man in their 20s, it's like, all right, if you try to find a female that's worth a damn, go ahead. I'm not going to argue with you on that. But at the same time, I'm not looking for peace at 18. I'm not looking for peace at 21. If I happen to stumble across peace at 21, congratulations. I found something worth something. But in high school, fresh in my 20s, I'm not looking for peace. I'm looking for chaos. I'm looking for chaos. I'm looking for destruction. I'm looking for ratchet, ghetto. I'm looking for quick and easy. No holds barred, no strings attached. Give me what I want, pussy. Why else do you want a girl that's 21 and you 35? Why else you want her? You don't want her to be your wife. You don't want her to cook your meals. She don't know how to cook. She barely know how to make ramen noodles. And you think she finna make a 5-star meal, a Michelin meal, and she just got an air fryer? You want her to raise kids now? She might have a child at 21. I ain't gonna sit there and hold you on that one. But again, you don't even want the child. Oh, my bad. You don't want to take care of another nigga child, but you want to take care of the child mama. You want to bang the mama. Recreational use. My bad. Recreational purposes. I got you. Why else you want them? To really sit there and say you trying to make something happen with a chick that's fresh out of high school? Fresh out of college, barely did anything in life, and that's your prime audience. That's your prime target. That's the prime stock you going after that ain't got nothing but a body. And you finna give up all your masculinity. You finna give up all your capital to somebody that can't even text correctly. never seen a comma or a period in their life outside of their menstrual cycle. And this is who you banking your next, what, 10, 15 years on? I got you. Okay. I'm playing along with y'all guys today. I'm going to play along with y'all. Okay, cool. So you're going to invest all your capital in something this like this. All right, whatever. Now here go the funny part to where you guys be emotionally bankrupt. The poor investing. Because let's be honest, you don't want to marry them. You don't. You want what's between her legs. I've heard several guys over the years, not just on YouTube or social media. I've been hearing this since I was a teenager. Is that I'm gonna tell them what they want to hear just so I can get between their legs. I'm guilty of it myself. This is something new though, is that I pick my woman according to how good the box is. Now this new. I just now heard that due to YouTube, due to social media. I just now heard that one. I'm like, I would tell a lie. I'm not above telling a female what they want to hear so I can smash. I ain't above that. But to sit there and say I make my decisions on whether or not this is a long-term solution or a short-term solution based off her box, that's a new one. Because if I just want pussy, I just want pussy. If it turned into a relationship, it wasn't nothing I was looking for. And see, that's the part. When I say you're going to spend your capital, you're going to spend it. You're going to invest it. And you're going to invest it into a woman that behaved badly. I ain't saying nothing about the looks, because you like what you like. I'm not against that. Like what you like. Her, skin, body type, whatever. Like what you like. I'm not against it. You're going to invest in that because you like what you see. And in your mind, you're sitting there like, I want to see what that pussy hitting for. I want to see what that mouth do. I'm not against that either. Go for what you know, bro. Never against that. And then you won't have the mentality of, if the pussy trash, I don't even want to smash it. You have that post of clarity, and I don't even want to deal with it no more. Okay. At one point in time, I'm like, I feel you. But what happens when you like her? What happens when that pussy hit just right? What happens then? Oh, now you got, now you see wedding bells. Now you see a white picket fence. Now you see 2.5 kids and a golden retriever in the yard. Now you see all that type of shit. When you just wanted to smash. That Gawk 2000 did wonders on your ass, didn't it? left your dick where it ever been in life. Pussy hit just right. She got more position in the Kama Sutra. I got you. So now you ready to invest everything into a joint that's only good for one thing. And that's the one thing you want. And now, gentlemen, if that's all you wanted and that's all you invested in, why are you complaining? This is where the poor investment come in there. If this is all you want from females anyway, and you invest your money and your energy, your attention, your time, you're breaking your own man code for this one particular female or females, depending on how good your game is, how good your sales tactics is. If you're willing to give up all your capital for a piece of ass, and you get that piece of ass and it hit like a champ, what's the complaint? What's the problem? You got what you wanted. What's the problem? The problem comes in here is that she look like you want her to look. The sex is the shit. Now you want to lock it down. Now you want to cuff her. Now you want to be like, yeah, oh, I need you to wipe your social media. I don't need you on Instagram no more. I don't want you going out the clubs no more. You need to get rid of all your whole friends and all that type of shit. And she looking at you like, nigga, it was just some pussy. See, y'all don't like it when females look at you crazy and say, nigga, it was just sex. Why you in love? Why you so strong? See, y'all don't like that type of shit. When you done invested so much into a piece of ass and she gave you the piece of ass and now you want to cuff and she like, nigga, don't cuff me. You don't like this shit. You don't like the fact that you done invest into a piece of ass, something you want and she can't cook. She barely know how to wash clothes. She barely keep her house clean. She wear the, she all she care about is how she look on IG. She got an OF account. She spending $300 on wigs and weaves all the time. She really about lifestyle. She ain't about growth. She ain't about marriage. She ain't about family and shit like that. She's about self and what she can get out of life at 21, 22 years old. And you, Mr. Smart Ass, going to invest all you got into a female that's about herself and expect for her to change. Expect for her to change her selfish ways because you like her. And she gave you what you wanted in the beginning. See that what happens when you ask for something and you get it, now your ass gets sprung. See that what happens. You asked for the pussy. That's how you made your decision. Pussy was good. Now you like, oh, you finna be my wife. And she sitting there like, nigga, I can't do shit a wife do. And ain't ready to do shit a wife do. And you feel some type of way because she's not wifey material. You feel some type of way. Your feelings hurt. You feel like you done wasted your time and your money. You did too much boo game and all that type of shit. You got what you wanted. What the fuck else do you want? You said you going in just to smash. I have not a problem with you going in just to smash. No problems over here whatsoever. Don't care. I've been on that type of time for a long period in life. If you want to go get the pussy, go get the pussy. Don't care. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. But when you sit up here and say, I just want to smash, get the pussy, and then turn around and be in love with the piece of ass, and she has nothing to offer you but the pussy, that's your dumb ass. That's your stupid ass. That's your bad investment strategy. Oh, she's a woman. She should learn how to cook. My wife wasn't cooking when I got with her. My wife was going out to eat every day when I got with her. She wasn't cooking. And if she did cook, the only thing she could cook was cheese and eggs. She couldn't cook shit else. And that's out of her mouth. Cheese and eggs. When me and her got to rapping and got to talking and seeing what we had in common and all that type of shit, that part that y'all niggas don't like to do, I told her, I said, I ain't got a problem taking you out shouting. I like to go out to eat too. I said, but shit, I would need you go in there and have them pots and pans moving and grooving. I need some smoke coming out that motherfucker sometimes. I ain't got no problem taking you to no Red Lobster. At that point in time, that was her favorite restaurant, Red Lobster. I ain't got no problem taking you to Red Lobster. I ain't got no problem taking you to get no Chinese food. At least once, twice, maybe 3 times a week. I fucks with you. But the other days of the week when I want to sit around and chill, your ass better go in there and make something. Because I know how to cook too. I need you to learn how to cook. If I'm going to be your nigga, guess what she said? Okay. Okay. First meal she made for me was hamburger helper and Jiffy Mix. I ate that shit. Because she didn't know how to cook. She got the boxes, read the directions, got measuring cups and all that type of shit. And she got in that motherfucking kitchen and made hamburger helper and Jiffy Mix cornbread. And I ate that shit. Because she don't know how to cook. The first time me and her went grocery shopping together, she got a bag of gumbo mix and swore all the ingredients was in this bag. And I had looked at my wife. I love her to death. And I looked at her and said, baby, I guarantee there's no sausage or shrimp or chicken in this bag of gumbo mix. You're going to have to buy all that shit separately. That's how far gone she was of being in the kitchen. She don't know nothing about the kitchen when me and her first started talking. Nothing. She was willing to learn. She was willing to learn. She told me she wasn't cooking. I go, okay, cool. You gonna cook when you with me though? Okay. This lady would send me recipes. I'm gonna make this. Go ahead. I ain't stopping you. She get up on Sunday mornings for show, shit show. If she don't do nothing else on Sunday morning, she get her ass up, go in that kitchen and make breakfast. She go in there and cook breakfast on her days off. No hesitation. She'll go in there and make whatever the fuck I want for dinner. She applauds me on my steaks and pork chops and chicken breasts. She's like, oh yeah, you good with that shit. And she would literally try to challenge me on making a steak. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes her steaks taste better than mine. And she love how my steaks taste. She love how my pork chops taste. And her shit tastes better than mine sometimes. You invested in pussy. You wanted pussy. I invested in a wife. And all it took with me was some strawberries and champagne, Victoria's Secrets for Valentine's Day 2004. $50. Got me a wife for 20 plus years. Ain't that something? And got the pussy in less than a month. And got a wife for 20 plus years. What are we talking about? What are y'all talking about? And I done said on numerous occasions, I'm with the shit. I done been through numerous bullshit altercations with my wife in these 20 plus years. Oh, it ain't been sweet. It ain't been sweet. Because it been time where I went back to chaotic behavior because of conflicts and shit like that. Not because I just wanted some pussy. Some random ass out of nowhere. It was like I knew I can get random ass out of nowhere. Because I didn't know how to talk. I knew how to sell. I didn't know how to handle conflict. So since I didn't know how to handle conflict, I go back to chaotic behavior. And I'm like, I know I can get some ass. It ain't that hard. I'm not trying to look for my wife replacement. I just want to get my dick wet somewhere else. It wasn't that hard. Wasn't that hard. What are we talking about? You invested in pussy and expect the pussy to be a wife. I invested in a wife and got the pussy within a month. And been getting it for 20 plus years. plus everything else that come with wife, kids, growth. That lady stood by my side from when she was sharing an apartment with her cousin till we got married and went back to my house that my mama bought before she passed away. Got kicked out that motherfucker because we were back on the note, on the rent, the mortgage and shit like that. Went to the projects, stayed in the project for 5 years, at least 5 years, because we left my son on 5. To where we at now that we've been at since 2012. And the only reason we at where we at now because the folks that raised her, grandmama and granddaddy that raised her from a little girl, old, sick, on their last breath. And she wanted to come back and take care of her grandmama and granddad. Who am I to tell my wife? No. I fuck with your folks. I ain't got a problem going to the hood and come back to her hood. And I started being involved in her community. All the little dope boys and gang members out here used to be on my basketball teams. Every time they see me pop out, it's nothing but love. Nothing but love. So when I sit here and say I'm straight, I'm content, I'm happy with how my life turned out at 46, I'm good. I have no complaints. None. Got one child out of high school through college with no babies. Now, I hate that my son got his girlfriend pregnant before he graduated, but she had the baby July 18th, right after they graduated. He went straight from high school graduate to being a daddy. And he doing everything in his power at 18 to be a good father. Anything that boy need, he jumping on it. Working at Smoothie King. $10 an hour. Working 2 shifts a day. Just to make sure his little boy straight. And finna go to college. I'm good. All with $50 in 2004. You won't even spend $50 on dinner and expect her to give you the Cherokee, old school Cherokee pinky Beauty Dior treatment. You can't even spend $50 on dinner. But what are we talking about? You gonna spend it because you want to smash, and then you want her to turn into June Cleaver after you done gave her some dick, and she gave you some pussy. And when she don't want to do it, now you on YouTube crying, you on TikTok talking about women ain't shit, you on IG saying this, you in Twitter with your little red pill rages and shit like that, and you expect me to believe that you invested wisely? No. You fucked up. You made bad moves with your capital. You got what you wanted and you expected more in return and you didn't get the extra. You got what you paid for. You got what you paid for. All because you didn't ask the qualifying questions to see what she wifey material. I guarantee out them 21 questions, shout out 50 Cent. Out them 21 questions, I guarantee 17 of them was about sex. I guarantee out of 21 questions, you probably asked her 17 was about sex. And you want nudes. Guarantee that. You were trying to get a joint. You were trying to get some box. You weren't trying to get a wife. You trying to make sure that that pussy was hitting just right. You didn't give a fuck about no long term shit. You wanted some short term shit, and it just happened that motherfucker hit just right and got you sprung. And now you want to lock it down. And she like, nigga, it's just sex. It's just pussy. She liberated. She ain't gotta be tied down to you if she don't want to be tied down to you. That's what you pay for. Now it's one thing when you pay for that type of shit, you give up your capital for that type of shit, and she decides to do extra shits. See, that's a difference when you going in and you do something and you expecting something else. That's your assumption. That's you being stupid. It's another thing when you paying for what you're paying for and you get extra without asking for it. Now you get a return on your investment. Now you get a return on your investment with a little junts when she willing to do more than what you giving up. Now you getting something out of it outside of the box. Now you might get a chance to flip her tax money. Now you might get a little hamburger helper or something like that. She might try to cook for you a little bit. She might wash your dirty drawers a little bit. She might buy you a pair of J's, them 12s or 11s, you know what I'm saying, that you want, the colorway you want. She might buy them. She might get you 2K. She might. If you just, play your card. If you knew what you were dealing with, you knew what you were dealing with, you called her a little joint. You called her recreational. And you paid for what you wanted. And it was good to your body. It was good to your soul. It was good to your soul. And now you want more. You want to do more. And she like, no, I'm not doing no more. But if you pay that price again, I give you what you asked for again. She good for that. You want more. And she won't give you no more. And you mad. Quit expecting women to give you more for less. Quit expecting to get something for nothing when dealing with these women. If you just want a piece of ass, pay for the ass. I've been saying that shit for a minute. You're not gonna sit up here and tell me women just throwing a pussy around the motherfucking United States of America and you can't get none of it as no grown ass man? And that's all you want? And you can't get none? My son figured this shit out. Y'all niggas in y'all 30s and 40s and still having problems. If all you want is pussy, it's out there. It's out there. It's out there. But my thing is this right here. Why spend so much money flying a chick out when you ain't smashed all the chicks in your city? You ain't smashed all the chicks in your neighborhood. And you got the nerve and the audacity to fly a chick out from a whole nother state to get pussy when you ain't even getting the pussy in your neighborhood? What type of businessman do y'all niggas have? What type of business decisions are you making? You ain't even sniffing the ass of the girls at your college. You ain't playing with the girls at your job. But you wouldn't have spent money on some random broad that you saw on Instagram that's in a whole nother state to get some ass. And you ain't even getting ass from the chick that work with you, that might like you. What are we doing? What are y'all doing? This shit crazy. And I realized that I was already on to something before I took my little hiatus to finish my book, now that I done finished my book and I've been going over my chapters and going over my notes and looking at shit and all that right there, I'm like, oh, I'm in a lane by my motherfucking self. See, I ain't gonna sit there and be full red pill and say, oh, women, this, that, and the third. I'm just telling you niggas like, babe, do better. Oh, y'all hate that. Oh, why you the men gotta do better? Because y'all stupid? Y'all dumb? Y'all spend money dumb? Cause you ain't got a problem talking about the money women spend foolishly. And I agree with that. Oh, women, y'all. I can agree with that 100%. Oh, yeah. But men, y'all just as crazy as the women. Y'all spend money just as foolishly. Y'all spend capital just as foolishly as the women y'all complain about. At least they got something to show for. At least they might have a brand new wig. At least they might have a brand new car, a brand new purse or something. At least they got some materialistic shit out the money they spend. What you get? A piece of ass that you thought was gonna be your wife. Cause you took her to Ruth Chris on the first date. Take her to Chili's. Shit, what the fuck are y'all doing? Oh, you know that. You listen to that dumbass shit. Female like these just like niggas like these. You listen to that dumbass. Oh, she wanna go to Ruth Chris. All right, cool. When we get married and you can put some skin in the game, then I take your ass to Ruth Chris. You're not going to Ruth Chris on no first date. The fuck you is. I don't give a fuck how good you look. I don't give a fuck how fat your ass is, how big your titties is, how good your pussy smell. Your ass ain't going to Ruth Chris on no first date. You dumb. I take you to the movies. I take you to Red Lobster. I'm just saying. How much of this do I blame on the women? How much of this shit do I put on them for giving y'all what y'all want, and then you get mad because you don't get no extras? Then when you say this what you want, if you really want a wife, go in and looking for a wife. Go in looking for the good quality women that you say you can't find. It might take you a while to find the one. If it's worth it, it's worth it. If it's not worth it, don't ask for it. Don't say you want it and you ain't gonna do the work to go get it. If you just want pussy, it's free. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it, boy. Go get it. It's out there. Just don't expect for her to do more than what she doing. Because that's not what she's there for. You fell in love with the cocoa. That's your dumb ass. You really want a wife? Go find a wife. Ask the right questions. Go in the right places. And I didn't even say go in the right places. Just ask the right questions. Pay attention to how she moves in certain situations. You'll know. If that's you want to know. If you don't want to know, you don't give a fuck. Just spend your money dumb. They'll be glad to take it. Give them all the energy and attention and time in the world. They'll take it. They'll be the hoes that you claim they are. But you the one validating their whole behavior. Again, the market always been this way. There's no change. Nothing changed. Been telling y'all, niggas, this shit new. This shit ain't new. Shit old. Market ain't never changed. Women has always, I ain't gonna say women not a pride, but women have always had a price tag attached to them. Women have always had a price tag attached to them. It ain't always been money. It ain't always been money. So what makes you think the market all of a sudden changed now in 2025? Because they saying it's transactional. It's always been transactional. Always been transactional. Nigga just stupid with money. Nigga just stupid with time. You give the wrong female time. You give too much time to the wrong females. You give too much attention to the wrong females. You give too much energy to the wrong females. And then the good ones get thrown to the wayside and you say, I ain't got nothing for you. Your standard's too high. It costs too much. Yeah, I guess. I don't know nothing though. I'm just an average nigga from Memphis, Tennessee that don't know nothing. But I've been married 20 some years. My son, my daughter went through high school without having a baby, and my son was top 5 in his class graduating high school. I know something. I know something. But again, I don't know nothing, and I'm gonna let y'all believe that until y'all start breathing. Anyway, I appreciate everybody that came through. I'm finna get up off this junk. As y'all can see, I'm finna watch Rick and Morty. I got to catch up. I know they just had season 8. I'm on season 6, episode 10. So I might be the end of season 6. So I got this episode and I think 2 more seasons left, and I've been caught up on Rick and Morty. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that came through. You know what I'm saying? Like this joint if you haven't liked this joint. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm still trying to get that 1,300 before the end of the year. It's still possible. We can do it. Just hit the button. We can do it. And also, I'm still trying to get monetized. May not get it, may get it. I don't know. Depending on the next couple of months, how hard I really go. We're going to see. But still a goal of mine. And also, I'm still looking for a publisher to put this book out. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's done up. The rough draft is done up. So, yeah. And men, just learn how to spend your capital better. Just learn how to spend your resources better. That's it. It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard. Now, if y'all want me to go hard on the women, I could do that too. Because like I said, with the men, I want y'all to move like Warren Buffett. But with the women, you got to use what you got to get what you want. You got to learn how to sell. Anyway, I'll hit y'all later. Thank y'all for coming through. And I'll let y'all.